As a married man, you would think I'd be used to taking out the garbage. And actually, I guess I am in my household, but unfortunately, it's something that I sometimes feel compelled to do here on YouTube. So, this is a one of those indulgent, self-indulgent videos where I feel, well, I'm not forced to do anything. You know, I'm not blaming anyone. I do what I want to do. But I want to talk about no honor among trolls. And let me explain what that means. Okay, so in your real life, you are forced to be polite in certain situations, in many situations, when you're not actually sincere about your feelings. And let me explain what that means. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Really? Every time? Is it really nice to meet you? You know, we all know that's not always true, but we say that. And you might say, well, that's a nicety of society, but sometimes we actually dislike people, and we have to say nice to meet you. Now, of course, not all of us, and I will say I'm even envious of people like Steve Miller or Chi Ranger, spelled QI Ranger, who I've met. You know, I met at the Tokyo Gathering last week, and my impression of him was, he's really nice. He's really happy to meet you. He likes everybody. Seriously. Like, I would be surprised if he ever said anything bad about anybody, but at the same time, you know what they say. Don't trust anyone who has no enemies. So, but I'm sure there are some people who dislike him too. Though I am not one of those people. I'm very impressed by him. Anyway. And it's not just his height. No, he's an inspiration as a YouTuber and just as a human being. Nice guy all around. Okay, enough ass kissing there, Steve. Here's the thing. I have some really good friends on YouTube, and I feel like that there should be a kind of professional courtesy when it comes to dealing with certain people in life. You know, if you know your dad likes some guy, you know, why say? And if you don't like him, why say anything? Just keep your mouth shut. You know, why? There's no point in rocking that boat. It's selfish. It's fun. It's something that we like to do. I love to complain. And you can do it. I'm not saying being phony, but sometimes there's no reason to rock the boat, as they say. Who says that anyway? You know what I'm saying. But life is not perfect. Life is not a Chi Ranger video. Sorry, Chi Ranger. I say this as an insult, but I'm sure you're not as nice as you appear. I mean, I say that as a compliment. That's what I mean. Which is one reason I really like movies that do not have happy endings. Movies that sometimes surprise you with a really unhappy ending. Movies that disturb you. I'm like, yeah, this is like real life. Things are not always that cut and dry. Things are not always that happy. That's part of life. I just wanted to bitch about a few things that happened in the last few months, actually, that kind of bothered me. Because I'm a pussy. I'm a wimp. And one of those things was on. This is really, really stupid. But I was on Twitter. With some guy on Twitter. Okay. Should I even say his name? Yeah, Samurai Running. Okay. So I don't know this guy at all. I've never had any interaction that I can ever remember with this guy. But on Twitter, he out of the blue calls me. He says something to a friend of his. I'll be nice not to mention the people that he dragged into this. But he mentions things. He put me, you know, that at mark when you're on Twitter when you mention someone else and they are forced to read your message. So he's sending a message to someone else and mentions me. He says something about, unlike that Packy friend of yours who, I don't remember the comment, but something about, you know, who deletes comments, who deletes anyone's comment that doesn't agree with them, something like that, which I think is pretty unfair, you know. And the thing that got me was I couldn't, you know, since I don't know this guy, and I've always been very supportive of Busan Kevin, right? Even when I say Kevin Busan, I sometimes say Kevin Busan by accident. I've always been supportive of oh shit, I said his name. Damn. So I said his name. Well, that's the guy he called out. So I was like, sorry about that. Don't mean to drag you into the drama, seriously, but it's too late, and this video is not worth another retake. So you know, I don't know why he mentioned him, and you would think he'd have some professional courtesy. If he respected his friend, why cause any drama with me on Twitter? So you know, and I asked him, I tweeted to him, I emailed him, and I was like, hey, like, what's going on? Is that a joke or? And the other thing is, I didn't get for me the best way to troll me is to be inaccurate. You know, you can call me fucking Peruvian, fucking American, you know, fuck you, you're ugly, you're fat, you're old, any of those things. You had sex with your mom, your wife, whatever. Those things are fine. I mean, not fine, but they don't really, you know, water off a duck's back. They don't really bother me. But when you say things that are just technically inaccurate, you know. Like if you call me old, when I know I'm still pretty damn good shape and kick your ass and very physical and all that. You know, kind of, you know, old, yeah, compared to what? I suppose old compared to you maybe, but still quite in the prime of my life, right? Or if you call me a packy, you know, or a weebo, weeaboo. I don't even know how to say it. Was it weeaboo? Is that the expression? You know, someone who's obsessed, like otaku obsessed with Japan. Like when people call me a weeaboo, I'm like, really? Or a Japan a Japan apologist? Is that the expression? Like those expressions, I feel don't really apply to me. So when you call me those things, I feel like, you know, yeah, that gets under my skin. I'll admit. Or Mexican, you know, nothing wrong with Mexicans. But actually, the expression "gay" though doesn't bother me at all, because sexuality I see as a fluid, you know, spectrum of life. It's like a spectrum of color, you know. And I can't say that there isn't an ounce. There is no in my spectrum of sexuality, which is quite diverse. Experience it, you know. I can't really rule out that there's no man in the world I'd ever be attracted to. So far I've not met that man, luckily, because that would probably disturb my mostly heterosexual sexuality. But you know, hey, you know, the night's still young. So back to this. So, the packy thing kind of annoyed me, because you know, really a packy? I'm not a packy. But then I went to England, and I made a video with Caffeine Jedi, and someone wrote in the comments that one of the worst insult in England was packy. And I was like, really? Apparently it's nigger, cunt, packy. Those are the 3 words you're not supposed to say in England, and I've said them all because I'm that kind of edgy guy. So then I thought, oh wow, he was really trying to insult me, which is really stupid, because more than the insult was like, why? Like, I don't even know this guy. Why am I being insulted? You know? If anything, I should get a little, you know, a free pass, even if you don't like me, just because I'm Busan Kevin, his good buddy, Busan Kevin's friend. So whatever. And then, so I wrote a stupid, you know, kind of fuck off tweet to him, and then erased it like an hour later, and that was it. I said, you know, I talked to what's his name, Kurt, Softy Papi, about this, and I described this situation, and I think Softy Papi doesn't know the guy at all. And he said, well, it sounds to me like he's a what do they call those? Oh, I forgot the word. It's a really easy word too. A marksman that shoots somebody. A sniper. He's like a sniper troll. So he spotted me from far away, and he shot at me, and then he ran away. You know, so there's no interaction. Because the thing about this guy, Samurai running, is that he never interacted with me at all. Even though when I asked him, I gave him the chance to, you know, back up his, you know, wild, packy, you know, comment deleting, you know, statements, and he never did. Now, I will admit I do delete the occasional comments, but they're mostly insults against my guests. So if you are a guest on my channel and someone writes something about you, then I will delete it immediately. Or if you start writing this like repeatedly, you know, if you're obviously just trolling. Excuse me. So anyway. So that was the first case of that got me, and I didn't think about that too much. This is a few months old, right? Then there was another case. I was on comical. I'm gonna name names now. I'm on Comical Reina's channel, and I don't know where it started, but this guy named what was his name? I don't even remember his name. I don't remember his name. Oh, Windchimes. Write some crappy comment. And I check out his channel, and he makes fairly he's kind of a pussy. He doesn't show his face, but he makes okay videos. He made a few. They're not bad, but he's got no followers, no real views at all. Not that matters, but he doesn't show his face. So, like he's got his butts, a bug stuck up his butt about me for some reason, even though he knows that that Raina and I are on fairly good terms. I've been on her show and we talk quite a bit. Maybe he doesn't know that, but still, you would think, again, like I'm saying, I'd get kind of a free pass for if he really likes, and he likes Mully and he likes Raina. And the thing is, like he said he was going to come to this party, the YouTube party. He's like, I didn't come because Victor's a maniac. Like, really? You really let your dislike for me stop you from coming? I don't believe him. I mean, I think he's just a pussy. I mean, in that respect. And he wrote me, says, I'm 11 years older than you, so I don't mind if you call me pussy. So fine. You're a 57-year-old pussy then. What do you think I'm gonna? I'm not an unreasonable person, and I'd like either everyone's phony and lying to me, but you can tell by the people I hang with, and I'm fairly respected. I have lots of friends in the community here, and I'm always willing to lend a hand. So, although I like to talk shit in the videos sometimes, like I'm doing now, I suppose. I do not raise a hand, to an undeserving party. Usually, anyone who gets the brunt of my grief or my rants usually did something to deserve it. So again, I don't really get that kind of attitude, And this guy has gone on, like he sent me like 10 private messages now. Okay, hold on, maybe that's an exaggeration. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, 9, right? And I think I erased a couple too, so who knows. Anyway, he's making all these weird accusations, like, I see your veiled threats, and I have no idea what he's talking about. They must be so veiled that even I'm hiding them from myself because I don't even know what he's talking about. So apparently I made some obvious joke that he was at the party and that he molested Mayfei. But I didn't accuse him. I asked him, was that you? Was that you, buddy? Was that you? But of course it wasn't him, So I'm supposed to do a retraction or some shit, like. I'm not going to retract my joke, because anyone who's intelligent enough, they can judge for themselves. Whether or not I was accusing you. So anyway, yeah, I don't understand that kind of stuff. But I'm not done. I'm not done. See, those are people against me. But then I got this weird message from this guy, and it wasn't bad actually. It was very supportive of me. But it's this guy who really dislikes. What's her name? I forgot it. Canada Jean 3. Okay, and I'm going to be honest. A few people have told me in private messages that they are quite upset about Canada Jean 3 and content on her videos. And this last one was like, dude, I really like your videos, and I just don't want you to suffer by being associated with her, because I did a video response to her when she did that video about white Japanese, and I gotta tell you, just because I do a video response to someone doesn't mean I'm necessarily in their corner, in their camp, or that I condone or support their videos. It just means that I wanted to respond to that video. That's all it means. Now, this guy who goes on and on, it's pretty. I mean, he makes a very pretty intelligent. To be honest, he makes a fairly good argument in his email. But what annoys me about the email is that he thinks this is the one quote I'll give you. I would hate for your reputation to be diminished by publicly associating yourself with someone like that. Which actually it kind of goes against my previous argument, if I associate with Busan Kevin or Softy Papa or Mully or any of those people, then you should give me a pass of some sort. Professional courtesy, or don't give me unsubstantiated grief and refuse to interact with me, or just be insane like the Windchimes guys, just going on and on. But in this case, I'm actually being reprimanded for for slightly interacting with someone. And I think that, you know, it's a kind of, I want to say censorship, but not really. But it's kind of it's the kind of judging that YouTube that the internet was. I hate to say it, but it wasn't created for this reason, but it thrives for the, you know, it thrives because people want to judge each other, right? People will watch one video of mine and that's it. I'm a dick forever because they saw one, like that racism video I did off the. I put on a bandana and I grabbed a beer and I, without even thinking, I just responded to some video a couple of years, 3 years ago, I don't remember. And even now I get this, you're obviously a dick. And some people the opposite. Oh, you're great. I love you. But you can't love me and you can't hate me because of one video. Get to watch the rest of the videos. And as for Canada June 3, I'm not going to make a video denouncing her. All right? That I'm not going to insult viewers by I have done it in the past. I will say that I have done it in the past, but you know I can't be bothered to do that anymore, right? I have to trust that you guys are intelligent enough to decide for yourselves whether another video maker's videos are worth watching. Speaking of which, one of the best examples of this was the Hannah Minx. Hannah Minx, just her presence just pisses people off. So Hannah Minx was in a Ken Tanaka video, Help Me Find Parents, years ago. They're eating ramen or something together, and they're obviously friends. They've appeared in a few videos together. Okay, so they've obviously met each other in real life, and they've agreed to appear in each other's videos. So this guy, and I'll say his name since I'm dropping names tonight, JapanChannel.com. or DCOM, whatever his name is, who I've not interacted with at all in years. Okay, so, but the funny thing was he was calling Help Me Find Parents out for interacting with Miss Hannah Minx, and he's like, no, Kevin, not Kevin, what's it, Ken? No, Ken, you don't need to stoop this low. You shouldn't be associating with her. You have real talent. And I'm disgusted. You know, like, really, dude. Like, have a little professional courtesy, or is that the word? I mean, just be an adult. Obviously, they're friends. She's not gonna. He and she are not gonna stop associating with each other just because you don't like them or you don't like her. It's just ridiculous. So, yeah, sometimes it's important to speak up and tell people how you feel, but sometimes it's just stupid. There's no point in trying to break up a relationship from someone of two people you've never even met before, who are on the screen together. I mean, you're judging Miss Hannah Minx. You've never met Miss Hannah Minx. You know nothing about her. You don't know how much of that is real. And my God, dealing with Ken Tanaka, seriously, you want those two real people to stop being real together? I mean, the irony. I could go on and on into it, but it's just ridiculous. So anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. This is not the main goal of tonight's videos. I actually have another video coming up explaining other things that are more, maybe more important to most of you, but I will put this up. And thanks for watching. And that's my rant. And if you enjoyed my rant, make some reference to the Pocky Sticks that you see here in the video. The Pocky Sticks, which actually appear in Runny 999's latest Pocky collaboration, which is a great collaboration. So, well, what can we do? You know, human interaction is a double-edged sword. It's great, you know, it's great to interact with each other. We have a lot of fun that way. It's sustenance for the soul, and I seriously mean that. I mean, if you're the kind of person who, and I've gone through stages like this too, who does not associate with other people, then get out there and associate with people. But at the same time, I understand the grief it brings to people, associating with people, with other people. It can be quite tiresome and boring, and often a pain in the ass. So, but I truly think it's worth it. So get out there, and sometimes it's going to be bad, but a lot of times it's going to be good. And I got to say, the rewards of interacting with other people outweigh the pain in the ass times. Okay, that's enough. I've gone on and on. Thanks for watching, and I'm turning off the video. Peace.